This is Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss the DOTR's new direction in making roads safer for bikers and pedestrians. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on overtaking rules when on a multi-lane highway.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are on this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. It looks like China could again fund major railway projects. The DOTR is moving to resume talks about loans for the PNR Bicol project as well as the Mindanao Railway project.
The Department of Transportation is again looking to China for funding of railway projects. According to published reports, the DOTR expects to start new negotiations soon with China for funding of railway projects, including the 142 billion rail line linking Metro Manila with Southern Tagalog and Bicol region. The Department of Finance has already refiled a loan application for the PNR South Long Haul project with the Import-Export Bank of China. Last year, before the change in administration, the DOF under then Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez withdrew a financing request with China to fund 3 rail lines, including PNR Bicol Package 1. The DOF said it was because China failed to act on the request on time, but there were also questions about interest rates for Chinese financial assistance that is pegged at 3% compared to other state financing alternatives, like that of Japan, which is pegged at just 0.1%. According to DOTR Secretary Jaime Bautista, the PNR South Long Haul project is being prioritized for loan applications with China, which had been a part of the project from feasibility to design.
It is hoped that terms of loans with China will be more favorable than those offered in the past. Meanwhile, government is fast-tracking the distribution of fuel subsidies to tricycle drivers and operators.
Qualified tricycle drivers in the National Capital Region and Regions 1 and 3 have begun receiving 1,000 pesos each under the Land Transportation, Franchising and Regulatory Board Fuel Subsidy Program. The LTFRB said that in partnership with the Department of the Interior and local government units, and the Land Bank, it has begun the disbursement of a total of 10.3 million pesos to an initial 10,343 eligible tricycle drivers. The Department of Transportation earlier said that it plans to distribute fuel subsidies to some 600,000 tricycle drivers. Eligible tricycle drivers under the fuel subsidy program identified by the DILG, LGUs, and the LTFRB can claim their subsidies via over-the-counter transactions at designated Land Bank branches nationwide.
Local government units, the LTFRB, and the Land Bank of the Philippines should be commended for their work to ensure all eligible tricycle drivers get fuel subsidies. Continuing, keeping the so-called mabuhay lanes free of obstructions has been a thankless task for the MMDA. Obstructions return soon after the mabuhay lanes are cleared. This year, the MMDA vows that the drive will be sustained.
The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority has deployed 3 teams to clear Mabuhay lanes that serve as alternative routes for motorists. In deploying the teams, MMDA Acting Chair Don Artes said there will be no let-up in clearing the Mabuhay lanes of different kinds of obstructions. This signals that the government is serious about making key routes in Metro Manila accessible to motorists, he said in the press statement. Regular clearing operations are being conducted as part of a memorandum of agreement between the agency and the Department of Interior and local government to maintain clean and orderly roads. Also under the agreement, after clearing of obstructions, errors will be turned over to respective barangay captains to ensure these remain clear. Artes warned that barangay captains who fail to maintain cleanliness and orderliness of roads could be charged with an administrative case. According to DILG Undersecretary for Barangay Affairs Felicito Valbocina, monitoring team would coordinate with the DILG to ensure that alternate routes are free from obstruction.
Some people believe that the key to keeping Mabuhay lanes free of obstructions is held by barangay officials. As long as they are resolute in stopping their constituents from using roads and sidewalks for permanent parking or business purposes, the Mabuhay lanes should remain clear. And finally, NLEX is making sustainable operations one of its priorities for 2023 by acquiring electric vehicles.
NLEX Corp has been making strides in reducing the carbon footprint of its operations as part of its contribution to sustainable development. NLEX recently acquired electric vehicles to be used for its mobile patrol units at the North Luzon Expressway and the South Luzon Expressway. NLEX said this is intended to drive decarbonization as part of the MEVP Group's thrust towards sustainability. In line with this, the NLEX Corp is continuing resource-saving initiatives to harness solar power at select toll plazas in 2023. This is all part of efforts to enhance assets for better customer experience by undertaking the regular pavement repair and bridge strengthening programs, replacement of traffic safety devices, and continuous enhancement of its toll systems.
There is irony in that a tollway operator, which serves automobiles that are one of the biggest contributors of greenhouse gas emissions, is leading the way towards sustainability. And those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. The Department of Transportation now professes that the safety of bikers and pedestrians would be given the highest priority in the next 6 years. Motoring Forum discusses this direction.
Over the next 6 years, the government will be building dedicated and safer lanes for cyclists. The government will also be building wider sidewalks for pedestrians. Bikers and pedestrians will be given the highest priority in the building of road infrastructure, according to the Department of Transportation. The DOTR pointed to the Philippine Development Plan of PDP for 2022 to 2028 already approved by the National Economic and Development Authority. The DOTR said the PDP prioritizes the expansion and improvement of the country's transportation system to be safe, convenient, accessible, modern, and efficient. DOTR officials like Transportation Undersecretary Stephen Pastor came out to say that cyclists also have rights on roads and that because they are more vulnerable compared to other motorists, it was incumbent for the government to provide proper infrastructure for their safety. These pronouncements came after the transport advocacy group Move as One Coalition issued a report about the alarming number of accidents and deaths involving cyclists in Metro Manila, an average of 26 deaths and 1,281 injured recorded yearly from 2017 to 2021. At the start and during the height of the pandemic, the government encouraged the use of bicycles and other forms of active personal mobility with public transport under capacity restrictions and strict safety protocols. The DOTR, the MMDA local government units, the Department of Public Works and Highways work singly or in cooperation with each other to establish hundreds of kilometers of protected bike lanes. The DPWH defined a bike lane as a portion of a road that has been designated for preferential or exclusive use by persons on bicycles or light mobility vehicles. The bike lane can be identified by pavement markings, physical separator, or signs and is intended for one-way travel, usually in the same direction as the adjacent traffic lane, unless designed as a contraflow lane or two-directional. However, many of the bike lanes established from 2020 to 2022 were criticized in social and other media. One such criticism said the bike lanes were just carved from existing car lanes and resulted in congestion and dangerous situations for both motorists and cyclists. Many motorists and motorcycle riders ignored the lines and signs designated bike lanes. Many were not averse to even parking on lanes designated as bike lanes. Many pundits pointed out that the bike lanes hurriedly constructed under various quarantine conditions during the pandemic need to be redesigned or otherwise be removed, as they can be dangerous now that more and more cars and vehicles share the road, with cyclists and even electric scooters. Such pundits say bike lanes need to be truly segregated and made exclusive to cyclists. And with the latest pronouncements about giving cyclists and pedestrians the high priority in building new or improving existing road infrastructure, the government agrees with those assessments.
Bikers and pedestrians should be praying and hoping that the DOTR is paying more than just lip service to this advocacy for their safety. That's our Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines. You're back with us here on Motoring Today. We now have this week's important motoring tips, starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines. If you are on a multi-lane highway, mahigpit na ipinagbabawal ang tumawid papunta sa kabilang parte ng highway. As seen on the animation, you can overtake on your lane provided that it is safe to do so. Continuing with this week's edition of Motoring Today, let's now focus on proper driver's demeanor, especially for those driving PUVs. Here's Payong Choper this week.
Payong Choper lang, kaibigan. Ako si Ka Jojo Martin, isang kapwa nyo choper, maging maayos sa pananamit tuwing papasada.
Kung gusto natin makarami ng pasahero, gawin nating presentable ang ating mga sarili sa tuwing tayo ay magmamaneho. Ugaliing isuot ang uniform ng samahan ng iyong kinabibilangan kapag papasada sa daan. Iwasang magsuot ng mga pambahay na damit katulad ng sando at tsinelas kung ayaw mo ang pasahero ang magalit at umiwas.
Tandaan, kapag maayos ang kasuotan, pasahero ay iyong kaibigan. Ito po si Ka Jojo Martin, Payong Choper lang, kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa nyo choper.
Life comes at you fast. If you're brave enough, drive right back at it. Brave the big city or the great outdoors. Brave the carpool or the extra cargo. Brave the unexpected with Honda Sensing. Brave the long road with fuel efficiency to reach your destination. The all-new Honda BRV. Brave the next level.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. World of Motorsports is next.
In motorsports news, the Slalom King and Class Champions of the 2022 Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Championship Series were awarded their trophies and medals during the awards night held at the Recuerdos de Playa Nasugbu, Batangas. After a tight and grueling season-long duel with Pau Ibase, Stefano Rivera was crowned Slalom King along with being named champion in the production front wheel overall class. Paui Basia ended up as first runner-up for both Slalom King and Production Front Wheel Overall Class Championship titles. Named Slalom King second runner-up and Production Front Wheel Overall second runner-up was Rod Chang. Also honored during the awards night was Joseph Ortega, who was named Production Rear Wheel Overall Slalom Champion. Dr. JP Polintan was named Novice Overall Slalom Champion with July Johnson as first runner-up.
And that's this week's World of Motorsports. We'll be back after this short break.
Kailangan ng maaasahan, kailangan ng matibay, pang matagalan kasama mo sa pag-unlad ng negosyo. Modernong disenyo, kayang-kaya ang kargo mo ng tatak na ito. Isuzu Travis, level up with Isuzu. Level up mo yung negosyo. Isuzu Travis, level up with Isuzu. Level up with Isuzu Travis.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Kia has made movement that inspires its mission going forward. To create spaces that inspire its products, stores, and services. So does the all-new Sorento manifest the movement that inspires vision. The all-new Sorento takes up a space that is 4,810mm long, 1,900mm wide, and 1,700mm tall. It comes with a 2,850mm long wheelbase and clears the ground by 176mm. The new Sorento can be said to inspire with its clean, elegant lines, most pronounced in its profile. The fascia offers modern touches in the treatment of the grille, judicious use of chrome with SUV sportiness and functionality of the silver skid plate. The rear continues the clean, elegant look with vertical tail lamps and reflectors and touches of sportiness from the bumper treatment and spoiler. The all-new Sorento does not lack in modern light technology, including LED multi-reflector headlamps and auto light control, LED daytime running lights, front fog lamps, high-mount stop lamp, and rear combination lights. Other exterior features include body color front and rear bumpers, side mirrors with that power adjusts and come with integrated turn indicators, rear window defogger, chrome belt line molding, and outside door handles, as well as a power tailgate. The 19-inch alloy wheels on the new Sorento also look sporty, especially wrapped by 235/55 R19 series tires. Kia can be said to have been especially inspired to make the new Sorento, especially the top-of-the-line SX offered in the country, quite welcoming to both driver and all 6 passengers it can accommodate in comfort and convenience. This starts with a smart entry and remote start function. One can start the Sorento with the aircon on even before you enter the SUV. If you choose not to start the engine by remote, there's still the illuminated push start button. Once inside, driver and passengers find themselves ensconced in comfortable leather seats. Driver and front passenger are spoiled by 8-way power seats with cooling, the pilot also benefiting by 4-way lumbar support with memory. Second row passengers also find seats that split, recline, and slide 60/40 and feature an armrest. The third row seat splits and folds 50/50 fully flat to increase luggage space. With the third row seat up, luggage space is at 357 liters. Folded, this increases to 1,090 liters. Folding the second and third row seats, the cargo space maxes out at 2,139 liters. All those aboard the Sorento won't lack for beverage and cup holders, 10 all in all. They also won't lack for charging ports with 3 USB ports at front center console, 2 at the front seat back panel, and 1 at the rear center console. Add to this the 12-volt 180-watt outlets at the rear console and rear luggage area. Back up front, the driver and passenger enjoy the rich ambiance provided by the metallic and wood trims on the dashboard, as well as satin silver inside door handles. The elegance is complemented by high-tech modernity provididby the 12.3-inch TFT LCD instrument panel that integrates speedometer, cometer, rheostat trip computer, and multifunction display. Elegance and modernity is combined in the Sorento interior, best represented in the leather-wrapped steering wheel, which tilts and telescopes and comes with button and controls for audio, Bluetooth, multifunction display, cruise control, and lane control assist. The gear shift knob is wrapped in leather. The SX comes with electronic parking brake with auto hold. Standard comfort and convenience features include power windows, central door locks with auto locking function, dual zone automatic air conditioning. Also standard in the Sorento are console box with tray, electrochromic rear view mirror, glove box with illumination, map and room lamps, sun visors with vanity mirrors, and ticket holder. The all-new Sorento infotainment system features an 8-inch touchscreen display, AM/FM radio, and MP3 player, as well as Bluetooth, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, and 4 speakers plus 2 tweeters. Underneath the hood of the all-new Sorento is Kia's SmartStream 2.2L diesel engine with common rail direct injection and variable geometry turbo technology. With a displacement of 2,151cc, the inline 4-cylinder engine generates a maximum 202 PS at 3,800 revolutions per minute and 441 Nm of torque from 1,750 to 2,750 RPM. Power and torque are directed to the front wheels via Kia's SmartStream 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. A rotary knob on the center console allows driver to easily select the preferred drive mode for different road conditions or mood. Drive modes include Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Smart. The Sorento rides comfortably enough for a mid-size SUV with a suspension system that uses McPherson struts in front and a multi-link system in the rear. Handling can be best described as composed with stopping power coming from a brake system that uses discs on all 4 wheels. The Sorento can be a fun drive, especially in sport mode. Kia has also equipped the Sorento with the latest in driving assistance and safety technologies. These include anti-lock brake system, electronic stability control, downhill brake control, hill start assist and trailer stability assist, and cruise control. Also standard in the Sorentos are front, side, and curtain airbags. 3-point ELR seatbelts are 7, with driver and front seat passenger also getting pre-tensioners. The top-of-the-line SX also have an additional blind spot view monitor, lane keeping assist, forward collision avoidance assist, rear cross traffic alert. Making it quite easy to park, the Sorento SX are a 360-degree surround view monitor and front and rear sensors. Also making it safe for children in the Sorento are the child lock and ISOFIX child anchors on the second and third row seats.
That's our featured vehicle in this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
Tonight we are having a Thanksgiving event with our media friend, and also we unveiled all-new Civic Type R.
Only 40 units of the new Civic Type R, said to be the most powerful in its history, arrive, which is much fewer than the people already in the reservation list. It arrived with a 2.0-liter 16-valve DOHC VTEC turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine that delivers 320 PS and 420 Nm of torque, and made it to a 6-speed manual transmission with a rev-matched control system. There's going to be some gnashing of teeth from those who will have to wait for the next batch of the all-new Civic Type R, which combines class-leading track-ready performance with a sophisticated yet sporty look that integrates advanced aerodynamics for a powerful low and wide form.
At the first batch, we just imported 40 units, and we try to increase the import from Japan, but we haven't confirmed yet. But I believe we can import some amount of the car, so we can satisfy the customer.
The hot hatch embodies Honda's racetrack-proven engineering to maximize performance, but without sacrificing Type R's civilized road manners, with the latest in driver assist, comfort and convenience, and smart connectivity technology. These include a 10.2-inch fully digital instrument cluster, automatic air conditioning, smart entry with a smart key card, and one push start system. and a 9-inch touchscreen that supports various multimedia functions such as wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It also comes with Honda Sensing, a suite of driver assist and safety technologies that have been thoroughly and re-engineered for the 2023 Civic Type R. GAC Motor Philippines has added 2 new models to its local lineup, the MPOW Compact Sedan and the all-new GS8. The rollout of the MPOW and the new GS8 is the first salvo of GAC Motors with new distributor Astara Philippines.
The MPOW is a C sedan with a very sporty look and goes in the line that the market is moving in that segment. I think it's going to be a reference thanks to its design, its technology, the performances, because it's going to be the most performing car in the model in the segment, in the area.
Powered by a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine churning out 165 horsepower and 270 Nm of torque, and mated to a 7-speed wet-type dual-clutch transmission, the MPOW can go from 0 to 100 km per hour in 6.95 seconds. Astara Philippines believes the MPOW and the all-new GS8 represent the best the GAC has to offer and will reinvigorate the brand and achieve outstanding performance in the market beginning in 2023.
As far as the GS8 is concerned, it's our flagship, and it has everything to represent the standards of quality, technology and design of GAC, and I think it will represent a great option for those customers that are thinking about higher priced big SUVs. I think the GS8 is an amazing opportunity to find the same quality, the same durability, craftsmanship, performance, technology at a much more accessible price point.
There's a new man at the helm of Isuzu Philippines Corporation. Tetsuya Fujita has taken the place of Noboru Murakami, who leaves IPC after successfully maintaining Isuzu as the #1 truck brand in the Philippines. Fujita-san joins Isuzu Philippines at a time when the Philippines is an emerging market with more competing brands and more vehicle models being launched.
I'm excited to be working in such a competitive market. It is an honor for me as well to be given the opportunity to lead Isuzu Philippines and to be able to contribute to its growth moving forward. We plan on working on further improving not just our product lineup, but ultimately our after-sales support as well as training to our customers, so we can continue to make significant contribution to their business. On top of that, we are also continuing the Road to Progress vision with the goal of providing a better future for the next generation.
Astara Philippines is celebrating its first anniversary in the country, with Peugeot Philippines recording a breakthrough year with 285% growth in sales in 2022 compared to 2021. Peugeot attributed the growth to the introduction of new models and the expansion of its dealership network, which will be expanded further this year.
We attribute the growth to first the new products that we introduced. In the first 4 months of 2022, we introduced 4 new products as well. 3008, 5008, the Traveler, then the all-new 2008. Then of course, we have our dealer network expansion. As I mentioned, from 4, we are growing to 18 at the end of the year. Today, we already have 6 locations in Metro Manila alone. And of course, the people, the passion of the people, and our dealer partners who have made it possible.
And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to check us out on social media.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 36th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa.
Happy motoring!